Hey Molly, are you still up? I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to stay out a bit later to do some bar hopping. If you want to go to bed before me, I would just go ahead and do it. Don't bother waiting up for me at this point. Besides, I just know that if you're still up by the time I get home, you're just going to want to nag me, so go ahead and go to bed now.
Hold on a second. Are you really going to be out all night drinking again? Jake, how many times have we talked about this before? You know that I made dinner for 2 tonight before you told me that you were going to be just a little bit late coming back from work. I really wish you would just tell me earlier if you're going to be going out drinking all night.
There we go. I didn't even have to go home. You just immediately go headfirst into the nagging. I work a hard day job all day, and all I want is a little chance to kick back and relax a little. Instead of words of gratitude for all I do for this family, I just get an old shrew telling me that I drink too much. I would be grateful that I even bothered sending you a message letting you know what I was doing at all.
Well, if you really were thinking about me, then you would have sent me a message about your drinking earlier. I had dinner ready at 6:30 because I thought that you were going to be home soon after that. But instead, I've been waiting at home for hours for you to get back. You know that I cooked dinner for you, so just let me know beforehand that you won't need any.
And how many times have I told you that I don't know what I'm going to be doing on a given day of work? Sometimes I have overtime and have to stay at the office late. I don't get why it's such a big deal how much you cook anyways. If there's leftover, then how about you just have some for breakfast tomorrow? There's really no need to turn this into a huge thing.
But I shouldn't be making such huge portions anyways if you're not going to come home to have it. And what makes you think that I would want to have what I ate for dinner the night before for breakfast? I'd much rather you just tell me what your plans are so I can plan to cook accordingly. Is that really so much to ask?
Of course it is! I'm at work! I don't have time to be giving you every little update about what's going on there. Besides, all you do is stay at home taking care of the kids and having fun, and you really have the gall to complain about me? I would have thought that as my wife, you'd be a bit more sympathetic to all that I'm going through for our family.
Jake, you do realize that I work too, don't you? Sure, it's only part-time, but I also contribute to the household. I even offered to go out and work full-time since you're always complaining about how busy you are. But even at this rate, I basically work as much as you do between my job and taking care of the kids.
Wow, you must really think the earth revolves around you, don't you? You think that a part-time job and playing patty cake with a baby is the same as working like me? You really don't know anything about the real world at all.
And I think that you just want to keep me in the house because you're embarrassed. You do remember how much money I was making than you when I had my job before getting pregnant, right? And I thought that I could have gone on working if we had just split the child-rearing duties more equally. But after we had our second kid and I realized you had no interest in doing anything with them, I knew I had to be the one to quit.
That's right. You should have been the one to quit your job because you're the mother, and that means it's your job to raise the kids. And are you really going to tell me that you'd rather be at a desk all day rather than having all the fun that you do with our children? You really are a special kind of selfish. Do you realize that? I can't believe you don't realize how easy you have it.
Are you kidding me? Do you really think that I'm acting selfishly? You have no idea what it's like to take care of the kids. I mean, when was the last time that you even played with one of our children, huh? And I do work on top of all that I do for them.
You've just had it way too easy on you for way too long. Take it from someone who has a real job. If you tried to say half of what you were saying to a boss out in the real world, they would laugh you out of their office. No one wants to hear some woman complain about how hard it is to raise children when they have no idea what it's like to work a full-time job.
You really think that I'm just complaining? That I'm making some light grumblings or something? I don't have to take that from a guy who, when he gets home, flops right down on the couch, turns on the TV, and ignores the world until I say dinner is ready. The least you could do is take our kids out to do something fun on the weekends, don't you think?
And just are you always trying to make me look like the bad guy in everything, huh? You know you're the reason why I never want to spend any time at home. Maybe if I had a better, kinder wife, then I might actually want to spend some time around my family.
I really just don't get it, Jake. Right after we had our first kid, you were so much better about helping me and listening to me. But then you slowly just started relying on me for more and more things until you started to expect it. And before I knew it, I was taking care of 3 kids. One of them being you.
There you go again, trying to put me down and call me names. But I'm still the one going out and earning all the money for us. You and our little brats need to start learning who is really in charge around here. They need to learn who it is that is really providing for them every single day.
I would still think that I'm the one doing all the providing. If I didn't cook for these children, you would probably just serve them instant noodles. If I didn't clean up around the house, then I already know that there would be piles of garbage up to the ceiling around here. I mean, I'm literally the only one who even goes to the grocery store.
And I already told you that you're the woman. Those are all your jobs. And the fact that you're talking like anyone else should be helping you with those says all that I need to know about you. Honestly, just who do you think you are talking to me like that? You should have known when we got married that your life was going to be one of cleaning up the house and taking care of the kids, and that's it.
You really seem to think that you know so much about women. But even if we were supposed to stay in the house like you think, you still have no idea how much work that takes. Or the skills that go into managing a successful household. Honestly, you're the one who needs to open your eyes and start living in the real world.
Oh, just shut up already. I'm sick and tired of you ignoring the fact that I work hard for this family every single day. And if you have time to be texting me this much, it only proves that you really aren't as busy as you say you are.
I'm sorry, Jake, but can you still not understand that it's this kind of attitude that keeps your family from wanting to spend time with you?
What are you talking about now? You don't know anything about my family. Sure, I may have made some mistakes in the past that make some family members keep their distance, but it's not all my fault. Like my dad. He's always just been super strict, and that's why we don't talk. And my mom has always been taking my brother's side in everything we do.
I really just have no idea how you even manage to live with so many delusions. But I guess it took marrying you to finally realize what a self-absorbed egomaniac you really were. Honestly, do you not see that your family is just waiting for you to apologize and make things right to them? It's still not too late.
You have no idea what you're talking about at all. I don't care if people have a problem with me. That's for them to work out. You keep talking to me as if I'm the one living in some kind of fantasy world when it's really you.
I really just don't even know why I even bother with you. But whatever. It's clear that this conversation has been going nowhere for a while now. I hope you enjoy going out drinking tonight. You can go ahead and help yourself to tonight's leftovers if you get hungry tomorrow.
Excuse me? You really think that you can just talk to me like that? How dare you try and feed me, the breadwinner for the whole family, leftovers?
Oh, my mistake. I guess I'll just set up my alarm so I can wake up extra early to make our breakfast then. It's a good thing that you're easy to cook for. I can basically just serve you the same thing I'm giving the kids.
That's more like it. Now if you'll excuse me, I have a night to enjoy. Bye.
Hey, you old cow! When are you finally gonna divorce your husband, huh? Don't you realize that a woman like you is all dried up and doesn't even have an ounce of charm left in her? All you do is cause Jake pain. When are you going to finally just let him be free of you?
Excuse me? Just who do you think you are to talk to me about my husband that way? Who even are you at all? Where did you get this number? And just how in the world do you know my husband, Jake?
If I knew it was this easy to get a reaction out of you, I would have tried reaching out even sooner.
Okay, seriously, who are you and what makes you think that you can talk to me like this? Hello? I am talking to you. Are you going to tell me who you are or not?
Well, since you insist. My name is Phoebe, but you can just call me Jake's girlfriend. And yes, I do mean that. I'm not just some fling. Jake and I are super serious. In fact, he took me out to this super duper fancy hotel where we're both at right now. And poor Jakey was so tired after we got back to our room that he passed out right away.
Do you have any idea what you're saying to me right now? Do you realize what you're admitting to? You're seriously messaging me to tell me that you've spent the night with my husband in a hotel?
Well, of course. It's really no surprise that he would choose me over you, though. After all, I'm still young and full of life. There's no way that an old woman like you could ever do the kinds of things that I can for my Jake. So consider this my way of drawing a line in the sand. I want you to divorce Jake or else. Do you understand me?
Is this really why you started messaging me today? Are you really with my husband? Is that what you're telling me? He's really actually there right next to you?
Oh, he's right next to me. But he's so tired. After all, him and I had quite a vigorous workout today. So he's here, but he's fast asleep at the moment. Except he fell asleep with his phone unlocked. So I just borrowed it to find your number. And here we are.
I see. So then what you're telling me is that you're communicating with me without my husband knowing. Is that right? Or does he have any idea at all that you had a plan to try and contact me like this?
Of course he has no idea that I'm doing something like this. I just wanted to take care of the problem that is you, myself. And that's why I'm asking you to please just leave Jake alone. Why don't you just divorce him and then you can finally go and live however you want?
Oh, don't you worry about that. I have a job and I am more than ready to leave him. But the thing is that Jake and I have children, so it's not as simple as just choosing to leave him. Besides, my sister's wedding is coming up and I don't want to cause any drama to distract from that. So I'm afraid that you'll just have to wait until the conditions are better for me to leave him.
Wow. Do you really think that I don't know that these are all just excuses you're coming up with to delay the inevitable? You don't even want to leave him. Just admit it.
No, that really isn't it. Especially now that I know my husband has been seeing another woman behind my back. I don't see any point in staying together with him or trying to fix this.
Well, you say that. But then why can't you just start the divorce process now? If you're not going to leave him now, then when is it finally going to happen?
I told you that you'll just have to wait until after my sister has had her wedding and things have settled down. Until then, I'd appreciate it if you avoided contacting me at all. I'm sure that you also have things that you need to arrange before you and Jake can get married, right?
Well, yes. I also have things that I need to take care of before that happens. But I don't want to have to wait so long just to marry my Jakey!
Well, don't worry. All of this should take about a month. I'm sure you can hang out that long.
Hey, don't tell me that you're at your sister's wedding right now. What's the matter with you? Don't you know that my dad's funeral is today? How could you be missing this?
I'm not sure what you mean by that. You knew that my sister's wedding was today, didn't you?
I did. But are you really telling me that you're choosing to go to your sister's wedding instead of my dad's funeral? Is this supposed to be some kind of a joke? Honestly, how did I ever end up with such a useless wife? Well, I want a divorce. What do you think of that?
Sorry, I'm really confused by all of this. I mean, your dad is here at my sister's wedding as well.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? My dad is dead. What kind of game are you trying to pull right now, huh? Are you seeing things? Did you hit your head or something like that?
Jake, I really don't know what you're getting at, but your dad is here looking very alive and healthy. I'm sorry, did I miss something? I'm really not sure what you're going on about.
What is going on over there? I'm at my dad's funeral right now.
Well, I don't know what to say. Are you sure it's your dad's funeral and not just someone with the same name? No offense, but your dad does have a super common first and last name.
But, wait, where's the rest of my family? None of them are here. I don't get what's going on.
Yeah, that's why I was confused as to what you're talking about. All your family is here at the wedding.
But, wait, I don't get it. So, my dad isn't dead? He's really still alive?
That's what I've been trying to tell you. I see him having a conversation with someone right now. So, unless we can all see ghosts over here, I think he's very much alive.
But that doesn't make any sense. I thought that he was dead. I spent all morning crying over him. How is he still alive?
I really have no idea why you thought that your dad was dead, but the thought of you crying is quite funny.
I don't get it, though. How did this happen? Why did I think he was dead?
Well, I just told your dad that you thought he was, and he got mad and said he's still alive and kicking.
Of course I don't know. There must have been some kind of horrible miscommunication. Tell my dad that we're sorry about the mistake.
We? What do you mean by that? I didn't make any mistakes. Unless you mean to say that you're at the funeral with someone else.
No, I just mean me and the person who told me about the funeral. It's who I'm here with.
I see. But I thought you said that none of your family was at the funeral, right? So then who is the person who told you about it?
It's just a friend from work is all. Why do you care about where I found out about this funeral from, huh?
I just mean that I don't think it was anyone who would actually know what was going on that told you about it. I was talking to your mom and she's telling me how confused she is. Apparently you called her earlier today talking about your dad being dead. She thought you were just pulling a prank.
No! I would never joke about something as serious as that. I really thought that he was dead.
Well, there have been other times that you've lied to your family to get them out of the house. But you just did that so you could sneak in and steal from them, remember? It's probably the biggest reason why your family doesn't talk to you even today.
Of course I know that, but I was so sad when I thought my dad had died.
Oh, please. You were probably just making a big show so that you could try and cash in on his will. But it's too late for that to ever happen. Now your family knows who you really are.
Well, I guess this means that I have a free day at least. You can have fun at the wedding and getting to know my family and all, though. I think I'll just enjoy the free day that I realize I have now.
Yeah, you go ahead and do that. After all, it's probably going to be the last good day you have for a while.
What are you talking about? Just what business of yours is it how much fun I have? Are you trying to tell me not to spend too much money?
No, it isn't that at all. I only meant that I want to get a divorce.
Wait, what? A divorce? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that you're seeing another woman behind my back. That's why I want a divorce.
What in the world are you even talking about right now, Molly?
Oh, don't play dumb, Jake. You should know that she started sending me messages bragging about being with you. Her name is, Phoebe, right? You really need to keep a closer eye on her.
Wait a second. Did Phoebe really message you about us?
That's right. And here you thought it was going to be your little secret forever. She must have been why you said you were going to be too busy to come to this wedding anyways. But now I know the truth. And I want to end things with you.
Now hold on just a second. You haven't told any of my parents about any of this at all, right?
And why shouldn't they know that you found a girl that you want to be with? I've only explained to them that we're splitting up because you're seeing someone else. Of course, the two of you should know that I'm going to be suing you both for the affair.
Hold on a second. Don't you think that's taking things too far? At least let me try and explain myself to you.
I really don't care at all what excuses you might have for yourself. The fact of the matter is that you were cheating on me. You've been talking down to me this whole time about how I don't do enough for this family, and meanwhile, you're out staying the night at hotels with stupid girls who expose your plans to your wife. If you want someone to listen to your excuses, you can tell them all to my lawyer, who will be getting a copy of all our conversations. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a wedding to enjoy. After that, Jake rushed over to where the wedding was happening, but the staff at the door told him they were instructed specifically to keep him out. He tried to call to the people in the venue for help, but no one could hear him. In the end, he went back home where I left signed divorce papers on the kitchen table for him to sign as well. After that, the divorce process went over rather smoothly. It turns out that Phoebe wasn't a serious girlfriend of Jake's, but a woman he had met on an app and was hooking up with. It didn't stop me from suing them both and getting a handsome payout, however. I heard that Jake ended up